online virtual forum at Boston from, I'm gonna repeat myself. I didn't notice I wasn't live. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our international forum here from Barranquilla, Colombia. We are sharing world views during this forum, and this afternoon we have the opportunity to hear our friends from Ecuador. They will present the topic is the LGBTIQ plus community, wiping out Christians. How does it affect our society and families? By Julian Felipe Torral. Just one more time, I want to say to each one of you that the ones that were in the morning and I haven't been able to check if you joined already, the ones now in the afternoon, thank you so much for participating. We highly appreciate your insightful information, how you are placing God first in all your comments. And we know that all of these spaces are necessary in order to foster our abilities and skills to have to beg to differ up to some point, to exchange ideas, and also to come together in one accord for different topics. Now, without further ado, I would like to allow our friend Julian Torres from Ecuador to present his topic. Now, you will go from now to 150. You may begin. Will you be sharing something?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I cannot see anything on my screen. If you are sharing something, you will, maybe you could double check. While you guys always check on your slides, I want to express
Ay,
one
Dios
more
mío.
time all of our appreciation to our friend Miss Beatriz, who has been supporting this event from the very beginning. Thank you so much for spending all of this day with us, working on the network. We are truly grateful.
We should
Muchas
have
gracias,
come
Miss
an hour
Beatriz.
before.
Miss Beatriz.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Please, can you help us? We're giving us 1 minute. We're just trying to fix what's going on here with the audio. Just keep talking until we can hear you because we cannot hear you right now. Just keep saying
Oh,
things so we can fix all the problems with the microphone and everything. Thank you. Just 1 minute.
right. Testing one, two, and three. Testing. These type of things happen when you work online. This happens. It's a matter of patience and willingness to stand whatever it happens. Well, during pandemic, I really got used to it. It happened a lot. It happened a lot. So, dear friends that are listening from Cali, friends in Monterrey, Costa Rica, let's stand by. We are facing some technical difficulties that we are very hopeful that in the name of Jesus we will overcome. Surely, hence, we will be able to listen to our friend Julian presenting from Ecuador. What I know will be a sensational topic that he will present. Let's give them a few more minutes, and we know that it will be absolutely wonderful.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
And can you see the slideshows?
No, I cannot see your slides. It's, it'll be all right. We have time. We're doing fine. Mi Beatriz, ellos están teniendo o intentando presentar las diapositivas. ¿Hay algo que podamos hacer por ellos? Okay, now I can see it. I can see your slides.
And can you see me?
I can see and hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Wonderful. Now we can see and hear everybody. So without any further delay, we will have our friend Julian Felipe from Unidad Educativa Bilingüe Interamericano with the topic is the LGBTIQ plus community wiping out Christians. How does it affect our society and families? Well, Julian, you have from now to 150.
Okay. We become what we behold. We shape our tools and then our tools shape us. Marshall McLuhan. Good morning, everyone. My name is Julian Toral. I am 17 years old. I am a student of Bilingüe Interamericana in Cuenca, Ecuador. Today, I came here to talk to you about a controversial and exciting topic, the advancement of the LGBTQ community gaining territory from Christians. And the title that I decided to put to my essay and to this presentation is the following. Is the LGBTQ community wiping out Christians? How does it affect our society and families? By the end of this presentation, you will know how this community is affecting our society. You will learn the ways they are using to manipulate the children, and also you'll see how and why they are destroying Christians. Finally, you'll see two arguments of this community and their respective counter arguments. So let's start. In the last years, this community has grown exponentially in the people who follow this ideology. We can see them almost everywhere, and probably you have seen at least once on TV. This community, even when they are a small percentage of the global population, they have gained a lot of control in the world. They have power in the political decisions in some countries, and also they have gained a lot of control in the media. Okay. Nowadays, we can get information everywhere, literally everywhere. We only need to pick up our cell phones, write whatever we want on a web browser, and we'll find the answer in seconds. The problem with this is that not all the information we receive through these devices is accurate, and some of it may have been altered. So it can be also a tool for manipulation. When we all were kids, all of us were deceived. When you're a kid, you cannot difference between the things that are real and the things that are wrong or the things that are fantasy. That's why when you're a kid, you believe in characters like Santa Claus. The problem with this is that this not only happens with little children, it can also happen with adults. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, the brain continues developing until the person is 25. If your brain has not completed its development, it is vulnerable to manipulation. That's why we have to pray to God so He will show us the difference between the things that are right and the things that are not right. I turned my heart to know and to search out and to seek wisdom and the scheme of things and to know the wickedness of folly and the foolishness that is madness. Ecclesiastes 7:25. Social media have become something common in our daily lives. Most of us have at least one. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, and there's still thousands more we can use. And all these media always ask you something before you can open an account on it. They always ask you, what is your age? How old are you? Are you over 16? Are you over 18? But the problem with this is that there is not an impediment for the children to have accounts on this media. The children will see all the information they see in this media as real. They won't see the difference between the things that are real and things that are not. The problem with this is that it can also happen with adults, and that's how this community has been trying to manipulate ourselves. In the last years, studies have shown that the new generations are more homosexual than ever in the history. These numbers has been crazy numbers because now the most of the people are believing that they are homosexual when they are not. In this graphic, you can see a study by Instituto de la Juventud in Spain. This study records the answers of people between 15 and 29 years old and whether they consider themselves as homosexual or heterosexual. This study started in 2000s and it is continuing recording information, but the last data actualization was in 2021. And as you can see, there's a big difference between the people of 2000s and the people of 2021. But it is not the worst. Probably most of us have heard about gender change surgery. Well, in August 27, 2021, the government of Mexico set a new law to allow children under 12 years old to decide to have this surgery. It is general knowledge that a 12-year-old child cannot make such a decision. It is a very dangerous surgery, and if it is successful, it reduces life expectancy by almost half. The people who have undergone this surgery have to live with plenty health problems, and most of them regret having done this, but they will never recover their original bodies. Homosexual people and the people who belong to this community, they have lost their real identity. So when these kind of people try to form a family and try to bring up children, they do it in the wrong way. They are teaching the children things that are not right, things that are wrong. Mireia Gros, a famous psychologist, said, "The first stages of childhood are essential for the child to develop a healthy psychology. If we do not respect how fast they mature and we try to convince them that something wrong, it's true, we'll cause in the child several psychological problems. These psychological problems will affect the child when he becomes an adult, leading into stress, anxiety, or even worse, depression. Train up your child in the way he should go, and even when he's old, he won't depart from it." Proverbs 22:6. Christians are also a strong community. This community avoids being manipulated by the LGBTQ community. The problem with this is that not all the Christians are fighting against this community. Some of them are leaving this community to exist, and some others are joining them. There are Christians that are not strong enough to fight against this community because they really fear what could happen to them. And some others cannot really see the danger this community is. That's why we have to become more violent in fighting this community. Now I'm going to tell you two of the main arguments this community uses to say that they are right. The first of them is that they say homosexuality is in nature. They say that more than 1,500 species have shown these behaviors, homosexual behaviors. Animals like bonobos, sheep, elephants, and some species of birds. But of course, this is false. As they self said, they are just behaviors, they are not natural sexual attraction between these two individuals of the same sex. They are in animal cubs, it is just a kind of sexual education for the animal cubs. And when they grow up, they back to their normal behavior. And in adults, it aims to eliminate the stress or just for simple pleasure. Also, we cannot compare ourselves with the animals because we were created as the image of God. God gave us reason to think about about the things that are right and the things that are wrong. Then God said, "Let us make man in our own image, according to our likeness. They will rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the livestock, the whole earth, and the creatures that crawl on earth." Genesis 1:26. Another argument this community uses is that they say that gender doesn't exist. They say that we can whatever we want to be whenever we want. And they say that gender is just a social construction, gender doesn't exist. But of course, this is false. In all our cells, we have something called DNA, and this DNA form a structures called chromosomes. And in the 23rd pair of chromosomes, we can find the sex or sexual chromosomes. And these chromosomes define if we are men or women. XX for women and XY for men. No more combination exists. And it is already said in the Bible. It is a biblical and biological truth. But this community has been trying to hide this truth. They have been trying to teach us things that are not right. And for example, in 2023, a biology teacher was fired because he was teaching this biblical and biological truth. There are only two genders, he said. So God created man in his own image. He created him in the image of God. He created them male and female. Genesis 1:27. In conclusion, Is the LGBTIQ community affecting our society, affecting families, and affecting Christians? Yes, of course they are, and they are a risk. They are very dangerous. They are teaching us things that are not real, things, wrong things. They are making us believe that the things that are right are wrong. They are trying to destroy the Christians, and also they are affecting families. They are attacking the families, but it is not gonna be solved by itself. We gotta do something. If we do nothing, we'll be lost. That's why we have to pray to God so He'll show us how to fight against this community. When you go out to war against your enemies and see horses, chariots, and an army larger than yours, don't be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, is with you. Deuteronomy chapter 20, versicle 1. Thanks for your attention.
Well, thank you so much, Julian, for your participation. I know that today has been a day full of activities also for you, really very challenging to say the least. So we truly appreciate the fact that you could join us now in the afternoon with this astounding topic that, as you mentioned, whether we want to pay attention or not, it has to deal with all of us at some point. And during your presentation, you mentioned how little by little this supposedly minority is gaining control through exposing our children to different type of material that allegedly it's non-threatening, but it has some implications beneath them that lead to manipulation, as for example, data manipulation, presenting animals as examples of what it could be a homosexual couple in animals. Also, how young kids are led to believe that under 12 years old they can make a clear decision or have a gender replacement surgery, whereas you presented that most or what at least a considerable group regret this in the future, and also very importantly how we can live without fear while facing this and any other threat in any shape any that it may be. Now I would like to invite all of our friends from Central South America to please ask any question you consider about this splendid topic and this splendid presentation. So I hear you. Your mic. Feel free to open the microphone as you please and share that question with us. Well, let me ask you a question while they'll maybe quite possibly texting over the chat or opening their microphones. Now, when did you personally notice that this could be a problem and you decided to, hey, I want to speak about this?
Could you repeat the question a
When,
bit louder because I couldn't hear?
yeah, it's fine. When did you notice that this agenda was a problem and you decided to speak up and present this topic today?
Okay. I think that it is a actual problem. It is this community has become some a danger because they are like other ideologies. They want to put their beliefs and they want to make people that they want to make people believe that the things they say are right, and everybody that whoever who doesn't agree with them, they'll be destroyed as Christians. For example, there are being Christians or Christians or other communities that have been put on jail because of this community, because the governments are being manipulated by this community, and some people that is not agree with this community goes against this community has been put on jail. So they are a real danger because they want to silence us. That's why we gotta fight. We have to believe in God. We have to pray to Him.
Amen. Now, is there any other question or comment that you want to place forward?
Mm,
All right. Now, I would like to say one more time how, on behalf of the school board, Boston International School, and all of us that are part of this international forum, we express our highest level of appreciation for your support for joining us today. Now, tomorrow we are going to start our event with our general presentation. Then there will be a break, and then we will have again an online presentation of the results, an online broadcast live that will let you know the winners and all of the different certificates awarded for anyone who participated in this online forum. Okay, so I invite you to please connect. I will be sharing with you the link as soon as I have it, so you could stay connected and hear more from the second day of our forum. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon.
thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon. See ya.
See you. Beatriz. Beatriz.